The prisoner wanted to go to the toilet, but his handcuffs were too high on the water pipe, so he couldn't squat down at all. He asked the soldiers to loosen his handcuffs, but no one dared to make a decision. The soldier asked the corporal asked the sergeant, and the sergeant asked the lieutenant. After reporting to the higher levels, the toilet was full of officers. The general came and saw this absurd scene, thinking that they were all mentally retarded, and turned away. Everyone dispersed in embarrassment, but no one dared to take off the prisoner's handcuffs. This is just a microcosm of the 10 years of imprisonment of political prisoners Molly and 2 fellow prisoners by the military government. They were frequently transferred to prisons, sometimes the walls of the cells were too thick to communicate, and sometimes they were restricted to a rectangular frame. One day, Molly found that the prison guard was worried about pursuing his sweetheart, so he offered to help write a love letter. This love letter really helped the prison guard win love. After the sergeant learned about it, he not only did not punish Molly, but also asked him to write for him. To express his gratitude, the sergeant not only gave him precious paper and pen, but also turned up the volume when broadcasting football games, so that the prisoners would not be so lonely and bored. During one transfer, Molly begged the prison guard to let him take a look at the outside world. These ordinary scenes made him burst into tears. The most difficult thing was being locked up in a dark, small, noisy cell, and all 3 of them had hallucinations. Fortunately, after the next transfer, the cell walls became thinner, and they were able to communicate by knocking on the walls, and occasional visits from their relatives also brought them comfort. Under the shadow of the military government's rule, when Hussein's mother visited him in prison, she found that her son was in a trance. She scolded him, "You must resist and stick to it to the end." These words gave Hussein great strength, and he began to resist and fight for his rights. In 1980, as the voices of the people against dictatorship rose, the military government's rule was crumbling. During the last transfer, Molly was surprised to meet the sergeant who had helped him before, and now he is married to his beloved. In order to repay his gratitude, the sergeant asked Molly what he wanted, and he just wanted to see 2 fellow prisoners who had not seen each other for a long time. Can they hold on?